Yo, what's up, guys? This is Brendan with EVOQ Bike. We are back with our first Cat 4 questions, Cat 4 crit. Why didn't I think about doing this before? So I had this email come in, Forest Park crit, St. Louis. Ooh, this course looks a little dicey. Like the thought of going 35 plus over some of these potholes, I guess we'll call them, bike swallowers, is scary. But this athlete that I know is super strong dude, just getting into racing, got into it last 2019 really. Then we had the pandemic, obviously, that we are crawling our way out of. Just got my second vaccine, stoked about that. He went over to St. Louis, and I love, number one, he's making the road trip, doing his thing, getting out there. Do races. That's how you'll learn, how you'll get better. So he had some notes in here. We're going to jump in, and we're not going to go through this whole last 15 minutes. I'm going to try and keep these, like my other videos, 10 minutes or less. Let's start a timer here. And he's going to bridge across to a group. And one thing I want to point out is that there's a point where he gets counterattacked, but he still then tries to bridge to that counterattack. And I think he wastes some matches there. And I want to point that out. And then at the end, he made the comment that he got swarmed before the finish. But we're going to watch where he has an opportunity to go from like fifth wheel as a couple guys are passing that would have moved him to third wheel. And that group had a team that was bringing up two other riders. And we're going to see that if he had followed that group by when the swarm comes, if you are not moving up with the swarm, you are moving back. So I don't care if your game plan is, hey, I'm riding with like I'm in third wheel behind these three guys. If there are 10 guys coming up on the right, you need to figure out how to blend into that amoeba. You need to get into that blob because it is moving past you. If you don't, your race is over. And we're going to see that his race ended that way. But I'm going to try and turn this volume down so that I'm yelling a little bit less in your ear. So this dude has been on the front for a while from beforehand, and he seems like a strong rider. He takes off. This rider that we're watching, high heart rate, 180 is not that high for him. He gets up into the 190s. He's going to bridge across, and they do make a little group up here. This is actually the point I wanted to point out. Sorry, this might be a little sloppy. This is my first time doing this. He's doing a lot of work right now. And you can tell that guy either thinks they got caught or he's waiting for his teammate, because this guy bridges up. And this is when you have to make the decision. Like, he makes, I guess, the right decision. I don't know who's behind him. This guy on the left, you almost got to let him go and let the people behind you catch him. I don't think that this guy that we're watching is by himself. So now he's doing all of this work to bridge this gap for everybody else. Don't do that. Because now look, heart rate's almost 190. His cadence has dropped, and he's doing about just around and above threshold. And now what are you going to do? Are you going to pull? You just bridged up. You're not going to pull through. You have no move to make. What are you doing right now? You are literally just moving the race along for everyone else. So that by now at this speed, they're going 23. The group has to be together. I mean, these guys were going like 27, 28 before on certain parts of the course. You see him get bumped out on this corner. Now, you might be thinking, why is he always riding on the left? Apparently, there was a crosswind that he said he felt sheltered in, which is good. He's over there quite often, though. So not the problem, but when you're on a twisty, turny course, it's easy to get comfortable in a slot, and I totally get that. You need to be cognizant of the wind, though. All these little matches, all these little above threshold surges, they take a little bit out of you, little bit out of you, little bit out of you. Also, the more little bit of lactate, so that when you really want to hit it, you're just a little bit less. Like, this is a game of inches. I mean, what are we doing right now? Never bridge to the brake, never chase the brake. I don't really know what he's doing now. He's on the front going 27. Granted, so there must be a tail when he's doing 240 watts. But, dude, you're like, let somebody go past you. Fall back in. This is a waste of energy, big time. And his heart rate, even if his watts aren't that high, people are just going to come over the top. So now he's back in the melee, back in the washing machine. Didn't accomplish anything, but spent a lot of energy. I think it's good that he bridged up initially, but once that other rider passed him, like, your work was done. That's not working out. Let it go. get back into here to catch your breath for a second if you need to. Ideally, though, this guy seems strong. I want him more up front. When the group came by, forget this. Like, let those two guys go, because this whole group is coming up behind him. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. And he should be, like, up in there behind that dude. But he's just been pulling, so he doesn't have that overdrive. He's been wasting that, like, that little bit of anaerobic energy over and over and over again, that now he doesn't have the punch. So now we're back in the washing machine. And do I want to let this run for 10 minutes? Probably not. But here he goes, and he's smart, though. He's going to move up. We're going to move this along here. If you have Cat 4 races or Cat 3, any races that you want me to comment on, ones where send me some notes, and let's use these to talk about strategy and tactics, because there's a lot happening in a crit. And the more you can do them, the better you'll be. So the more we can go through these together, and you can ask questions in the comments below. So here's the point of this. So in here, the guy just at will bridged up to a break off the front. Seems pretty strong. I know this rider. I know he's pretty strong. He has watts that are not Cat 4 watts. This sitting back here, as you'll see, since I have the volume turned off, there's a couple times he yells like, "Hey man, hold your line." Like, he gets up by the curb. I'm like, oh my God, don't crash. Remember, when you're in a crit, if you yell, "Hold your line," if someone's coming to fly in to crash into you, you saying something is not going to do anything. You getting ready to lean into him is going to say anything. I'm not saying push somebody. I'm not saying throw elbows, but I'm saying if someone is going to run you off the road, I will knock you on your ass first. Okay? And that's not a dirty rider. You are protecting your space. You are riding your line and someone's coming over. Dude, lean in a little bit. Now, don't go ham that you're swerving off your line, but you need to protect yourself, especially in a Cat 4 race when people are kind of going in the melee. I'm getting worked up over here, baby. Do you guys like my new hat? Jobo? I'm rocking their shades now. Check out the Instagram. Hairy part of the course. Now watch this. Towards the end, he is just going to move up. And I want you guys to see this. Talk to another guy. You don't want to ride on the front, but you want to be up. You don't want to be on the front. You want to be near the front. Like top 7 guys, 10 guys. Because this is crazy back here, right? Like I think it's pretty hard to argue this point. You're surging. You know, when you're cornering, you're having to gas it over a little bit more than necessary. Let's move up here into the last, I think it's like the last 5 minutes. Let's skip ahead down here. And if you guys have ideas of how I should better do this, I'm all ears. And even better, if you send me like 15 minutes of the highlights, we could do a ton of these things. I would love to help. And remember, like crit racing, a lot of people think it's just like super, I got to be able to sprint a ton, and I got to be anaerobic. I'm not an anaerobic guy. Okay, I do have a good FRC, but it's not my strong suit. That is how, like, I'm much better being off the front, more in a time trial position, and having my teammates who are more covering moves. Everyone thinks it's just that's when you're back here. Watch when he moves up how much smoother it is. Move to the front, spend a little bit of energy to get to the front. Now, I think it's right here. Like, this makes me nervous back here. There's a lot of things going on. It gets super gnarly. This dude here is yelling at one guy. You can see he's like shaking his hand out. This guy starts yelling at him, I think, and then he comes super close to the curb up here where I was like, threw a slice of pizza across the house. It wasn't that one. But let's get to the meat of this. So this might be the windy area, but this rider's always over here. So I'm like, I don't know, man. You might just be catching a lot of wind. Okay, 4 minutes to go. I want to get to the good part. Yeah, it's coming up right here. So I think there's 2 laps to go right now. And thank you, go past this guy, thank you. Like, going over threshold, probably in the wind, going 31, 184 BPM. But look at this. Like, he's just passing everybody. He could have been, look, it's like the seas have opened up. And look how peaceful it looks up here. Guy in 5th place is just like cruising. Slot in, dude. Like, move over. Get in the draft. Okay? This dude's hammering. This guy's from Memphis, actually. I want to know who that is. Shout out to Memphis. What's up, West Tennessee? What's up, Central Tennessee? What's up, North Carolina, my new homeland? What's up, Florida? All right, so this is the corner where he got caught on before. I think this goes into the finish, or it's one more corner. Let's try and also put the map on here. That would be sick, so then we can really, like, dive into this. Yeah, that is a straight. Okay, so is it the bell? Yeah, bell lap. So if he would move over, it would be great, but you're going to watch these two guys basically arguing over this wheel. So much better if he should just move behind this guy. Why are you both in the wind a little bit? Like, no, you're not. You're going slower. You're making it harder. This guy's just, I'm going to set the pace for somebody. I don't know who he's setting the pace for. But Ryder, we're watching the camera, is doing pretty good. He's got a good position. He gets pushed out a little bit. Now, this is where, dude, move up a little bit. Like, someone's going to come in and take that space. This guy, ooh, now you're getting pushed out. And this guy almost hits the corner. You do not want the curb to munch up your bike. It's bad. This actually makes me want to do a crit, which is really weird. All right, this is where this guy, follow him. Follow him. That you should be right there now. He should be on this wheel. Do you guys see that? Once someone starts taking over you or moving up and is at least with you, you should move up with him. Should have moved up. Right now, you're going with him. He's kind of like, do I go here? Do I go there? He's yelling to this guy because he's getting pushed over. When the blob is reforming, you need to be up there. So he would be up there. And now watch, this guy is, I think, his teammate, but that's his teammate. So he would be literally way up there. This swarm would not happen. Now, the guy that he would be behind, he has two teammates. One of them pulls off, and we're going to see him come back. I wish I could, like, telephoto through here. This guy's going to come back, not this guy. They go through the hairy, scary area. I mean, surprising, he's still in, like, top 10, top 15. This guy rolls back. He would be on his teammate's wheel, not this guy, right underneath his legs. You see him right there? He would be, like, second wheel. And you could even, I would rock second wheel from here. You're going in the final sprint. So he would be way up there. He's going to get passed by people because he just expended too much energy leaving that huge gap. And that's one thing he said. He's like, I realized how surgy I was with the gap out there. So, dude, number one, for his first crit, that's funny. What up, Trainer Road? That was really good. Or not first crit, like second crit, third crit, fourth crit. Early in the crit days. He's definitely more of a road racer, I think, by how he'll win. He can get in breaks. But he's just learning that dynamic of, like, you know, it's St. Louis. I think there were 80 guys in that race. So a big blob flowing down the road. Remember, when the wave is passing you, get on the wave. Now, you got to make sure you don't cut someone off and cause a crash. But if people are coming over the top, you need to be coming over the top too. Don't think that because you're on third wheel now that's third wheel forever. Keep moving up. If you're not moving up, you're moving back. Hope you guys have a great race. Hit us up with videos. Hit us up with questions. Hit us up for a free power file analysis. Brendan@evoq.bike, EVOQ.bike. Comment below. Do you like these? Do you hate these? Was this fun or was this dumb? You can even leave that one-word answer, fun or dumb, below. Check out the blog. Check out the podcast. Check out everything. Hope we're helping you out. See you later. Bye.